Alright, what's going on, guys? This is my first time doing this. I'm not a prolific YouTuber, so apologize about the low production value. But this is going to be a build video for a 2024 Esker Japhy that I won. Shout out to mtbr.com, Mountain Bike Review Forums, and Esker for the giveaway. First time I've won anything in years, so pretty stoked on this. And yeah, this is going to be like my fourth frame up build in the last couple years, so I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do with the build, and yeah, I know how to do a build. So he gave the frame to the right guy, but so basically I'm going to go for a super durable, high value kind of build. So if you are the kind of person who like specs only the most expensive, most Gucci parts on all of your builds, this probably won't be the build video for you, because I can't afford to do that. I have 2 children and already have a couple bikes, so I'm just gonna aim for super durable. Like, I'm not gonna be specking bottom of the barrel stuff on here, but just like high value, low cost, high value, high durability, easy serviceability. That's what I'm going for on this build. So the frame I want is an Esker 2024 Esker Japhy. I got a size 4 extra large. Pretty much always just get extra large on all my frames. I'm 6'2", so it pretty much always fits perfectly. I've never had a fit issue with an extra large frame, and I do like my frames on the bigger side anyways. I like monster trucking over stuff. I don't like to, I don't know, I'm just more of a monster trucky kind of rider and less finessey, I guess. So, oh, I got the Aurora colorway, which I thought was pretty cool. It's like a purple, it's like a deep purple blue with some metallic sparkle, I guess. I haven't got the frame yet, actually. Still waiting on that, but I have ordered a lot of parts, which is the one when I start making this video and start talking about all the parts. And that's something I want to do a little bit differently, and I wish people would do more often in their builds, is like talk about the rationale for each and every single individual part, why they pick that part and how it fits into the build. And I think like that theory crafting the build kind of thing really interests me, and like I said, I wish more people would do it. So we're gonna look at all the parts I have right now. Like I said, I don't have the frame yet. Should be coming in the next week, and I'll definitely update the video with that or cut it in, because I'm just gonna release this all as one video, I think. But yeah, we'll cut the frame in and we'll go over the frame details and give you some macro images on my crappy phone of the frame. But we're gonna look at all the parts right now. So like I said, the frame is an Esker Japhy 2024, size 4, extra large, in the Aurora colorway. And another thing about this frame is I was actually considering one of these frames before I won, so it's pretty awesome that it's like a frame that I would actually consider buying, and what was actually considering buying, or was on my radar, I should say, of many frames that I would actually buy and ride. So it's not just a frame that I'm like trying to slot into my fleet or whatever, or like it's a frame that I actually want to ride. So pretty stoked on that. The other builds I've done, you've probably seen in the background, I got a Surly Krampus Rigids single speed 29 plus. We got a Kodak Flare Max, and we got a Nord-Est Sardina, which is also rigid geared. It's like my gravelly type mountain bike. But yeah, all the builds are steel. I love steel. Super durable, low carbon footprint. I like the feel of it. I don't care about the weight. I do care about the durability and the longevity of it. So yeah, I've just been going steel on all my past 3 builds. So yeah, once again, love that the Esker Japhy is a steel frame, and it fits perfectly into what I like and what I want to ride. And pretty much only mountain bikes. I have like a 1998 Specialized Rockhopper in the background here, but I put some like semi-slick tires on that, and I kind of use it as my urban cruiser. But pretty much only or mainly ride mountain bikes these days, and like occasional gravel. Anyways, the build, let's get on to the build here. Went over the frame, and I'll go over more frame details when I actually receive it. I don't have a ton of the details written down here, but it is a quadruple butted tube set, and it's custom drawn for each size. So I'm really stoked to hear or to feel how that rides actually, because I've never had a tube set that's customized per frame size. So, all right, so the fork, and here's where a lot of people are gonna be groaning already, because I know there are not a lot of fans of this brand, because people think of it as just the Walmart brand, but it's a Suntour Radon 34 EQ Boost 29. And yeah, Suntour makes, on the higher end, from what I've heard, they actually make amazing products. Yes, they make mass market shitty coil forks, but they also make amazing high-end forks that are raced on downhill World Cup and XC World Cup and all that. So this fork was, I only paid $250 for it on sale, which I think is pretty insane. It's 120 millimeters. It's got the EQ equalizer air spring, which they say is the same air spring they use in the Duralux and Aeon, which are like their higher end forks. So I feel like this is going to be pretty good performance for money, especially at $250. Like, that saved me a lot of money on the build. Like I said, which I'm trying to do. I aim for the highest value in performance parts. Like, I feel like you get such diminishing returns once you hit a certain point, and you're just really paying for name brand and marketing and aesthetics, I guess. But I'm gonna bust out this fork in a second so we can look at it. But it is pretty dang heavy, I'll give you that. I weighed it on my scale at 2,136 grams with the uncut steer tube, which is super heavy for a 120 mil fork. But like I said, once again, don't care so much about the weight as I do the performance and longevity. So here's the fork, Suntour Radon 34. I think it's a pretty good looking fork actually. I mean, the finishing on it looks real nice. I've heard people had some problems with this, whatever they call this locking mechanism for the axle, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when I get to it. I don't have the wheels right now. I did order the wheels. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, it's just a two position, open closed. I actually really like that. I like them. I kind of actually like them, how minimal it is in its options, because honestly, I have a Pike Ultimate on my Kotick, and I don't play with I don't play with the rebound. I don't play with the any of the damping stuff or whatever it's called, the compression settings. Sorry, I just don't care that much, and I don't think I'll be able to tell the difference. Honestly, I doubt that I could tell the difference much between this and my Pike Ultimate, which was significantly more expensive. And yeah, the Pike Ultimate looks sick, but this pretty unassuming black fork. There was a ton of stupid stickers on it. It said like Boost 29, EQ air spraying, the warnings. I took all that. I hate when they put so many decals on the fork or any product. I just take them off. So that's the fork. I'll update performance after I get a chance to obviously ride it. Oh, I love the fact that it comes with an integrated fender, which is in the box here under it. Yeah, I mean, I always put a fender on all my bikes, so might as well get a free one that's made for the fork. I think that's an awesome little touch. For 250 bucks, like, I have a hard time believing that this fork won't do what it's supposed to do for $250. I think it's going to be awesome. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong on that. We'll see. Oh, we're going to go into some other parts now. These are just some of the parts that I have so far. I have a lot of them. Oh, we'll start with the goods right here. So I did get a little talisman for this bike. The second I saw this email come out, I knew I had to have it for this build because I'm kind of going with silver anodizing accents on this build. This is a PNW Loam, the limited edition. And yeah, when I saw this, I was like, yep, this is going in the build. So I haven't popped it yet. I've heard the post anodizing is slightly different color silver anodizing than cartridge down here, but I think it looked sweet. It was a good price. It was only 20 bucks more than the black one, so you know, we'll see how she runs. It's the P&W Loam 31.6, and this is a 200 mil drop. I hope that I looked on the frame specs and it said 300 millimeters of insertion depth, and this is supposed to be 290, so this is going to be like all the way slammed in there for a massive 200 mil drop. And that's the most drop I've ever had. I have like 170 on my Kotic. I don't have a dropper on any other bike, but besides my Kotic, which is a Brand X dropper, rest in peace. Chain reaction cycles. Got so many good deals from that site. But yeah, P&W Loam limited edition silver. Sick, I'm stoked about this. So I'm trying to put as much silver on there as I can while staying within budget and still feeling like I got a high value part. All right, we got SLX crank set. Oh, sorry, that was $220 for the limited edition. Well, I'm gonna say the price on everything as well. SLX cranks, I think they're called FC-M7120 boost 55 mil, which is actually not the chain line you're supposed to use in the Japhy. You're supposed to use 52 mil, but honestly doesn't make that big of a difference. I don't really care. They were 56 bucks, or with tax they're like $62 shipped. Doesn't come with a chainring, which is fine because I wanted to use my own silver chainring that I ordered from AliExpress, which we'll get to later. But yeah, these are 175 mil, probably why they're so cheap, but I'm 6'2", and I've never had a problem with 175 mil cranks. I have 175 on all my bikes except for my Kotic, which is 170. And yeah, I like 170s, but I don't really know if I want to go shorter than 170. And honestly, I think SLX cranks just look amazing. I feel like in terms of production cranks, I feel like these look better than XT. They look better than anything that SRAM has out. I mean, the new SRAM transmission cranks are kind of cool, but that's obviously way out of budget. So I think for the money, the SLX cranks just look aesthetically, I don't know, just like how they look. They have like this brushing, and they're kind of like, if you really look, they're kind of like blued. They're like well, on the Kotic, they look kind of blue. These look more grayish, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Anyways, SLX cranks. This side. What are these bolts for? I think these are part of torque. I hope. Pedals, these are a part I already had sitting around. I'm going to reuse these. These are Deity def traps in this weird mint color. Like I'm going to try to slot it in, say it matches with the build kind of, because it's like kind of like a jade color. Maybe the color of the Aurora Borealis. Maybe I'm pushing it, but I wanted to reuse these. It's been sitting around and the mint color doesn't match anything, so maybe I'll make it work on this build because they're in decent condition. And I love the def traps. They were like 50 bucks when I bought them. I think they're 55 now. Some discs. These are some rotors. Embarrassed to say that these are from AliExpress, but I think they are legitimate Avid rotors. They're 180 mil. I have them on my Surly and they work fine. If they end up not working fine, I'll just change them, but I had them, so I figured I'd use them. We're gonna have a mixed drivetrain on this thing. I haven't mentioned that yet. So the cranks are gonna be SLX with an XTR bottom bracket that I got for pennies, basically. A Pedal It Forward in Bentonville. Shout out Pedal It Forward in Bentonville, Arkansas. That place is awesome. I haven't been to a lot of co-ops, but I made a big donation of parts and I found this and had to buy this. I didn't even know it was going on this build, but yeah, XTR bottom bracket. And that's another reason I went with SLX cranks. But yeah, like I said, mixed drivetrain. So it's gonna be SLX cranks with a AliExpress chainring same chainring I've used on my Surly. It's an excellent 7075 chainring. I'm gonna get it in anodized silver to match the build. But for the drivetrain itself, I'm gonna use kind of a mishmash of GX and NX. This is a GX derailleur I got from Pedal It Forward once again. I don't know if it works. It looks like it's in good condition. It's got a scrape on it, but I mean, it looks to be in excellent condition, so I'm just going to assume that it works and hope. And actually, I'm going to replace these jockey wheels with some oil slick ones from a company called DJC that I ordered from AliExpress. Now, oil slick is a dangerous, slippery slope. I feel like you can overdo it so easily. It looks ugly as sin if you use too much of it. But for really small details like these jockey wheels and like in valve caps, I'm going to use a couple oil slick parts, maybe some oil slick titanium bolts for some random things, because they're like, I feel like it's a really cheap, not too corny way to make your build look a little bit special without going overboard. So yeah, GX derailleur, NX chain. I just had this as a spare for my my Nordest, but I'm just gonna use this NX chain. Got an NX cassette, and I had to remind myself that this NX cassette actually uses an HD driver, not XD, which I almost forgot. That would be a bad thing to forget when ordering a wheel set. What else we got? Oh, this is the fender for the fork. So, I mean, honestly, this thing looks a little bit cheap, but I'm sure it'll work. It'll be functional, and it'll fit the fork perfectly, which is awesome. What else we got here? Grips. We haven't talked about cockpit at all, but we'll start with these grips. I have so many grips, I don't even know what to do with myself anymore, so I gotta use some of these. These are actually, I've been going to push-on grips for comfort and value. So these are S&M, which is a BMX brand, Clint Reynolds push-ons. Super soft rubber, super tacky. I'm running these currently on my Kotick. I like the flange, I just think it looks steezy as fuck. And yeah, these are like 11 bucks, so you really can't go wrong. I think they look awesome. Oh, they're made in the USA for 11 bucks. Yeah, these things are awesome. I love them on my Kotick. I'm gonna run them on a lot of bikes as my grips wear out. And I got this red pair to put on my Surly when those Haro grips wear out that I'm running. But yeah, push-ons, either foam or just regular rubber push-ons. I just don't think lock-ons are necessary. I've never had an issue with rotation of grips or grips slipping. And you just had that extra few millimeters of plastic that goes with all lock-on grips is just, I mean, it's just pointless. And it just makes the grip harder. What we got here? Oh, this is parts of a wolf tooth lever that I had that kind of broke. So the bolt head sheared off. My buddy's trying to see if he can get the bolt body out of the lever so I can reuse wolf tooth. If I can't, I'm just gonna end up going with the cheapo ZTTO dropper lever from AliExpress. I have it on my Kotick. After this broke, I ordered it. 12 bucks. It works perfectly. Looks fine. It looks, you know, it says ZTTO on it. People probably have a lot of mixed feelings about that. I don't really care. It works perfectly. Got some other random parts. Hope top cap. I don't think I'm going to use this because the Japhy frame is, they hooked it up. They're going to give me a free wolf tooth premium headset in silver, and that should come with a top cap I would use. Got a titanium crank arm fixing bolt from AliExpress. The it's oil slick. The anodizing looks a little bit more like yellowy than purple and blue, but I'm going to use it anyways because it works with the SLX cranks. I was using it on my Kotick that has a SLX cranks, but then I put a silver one on instead. I got some black Mana valves from AliExpress. These are like 4 bucks. Using these on this Surly too. These are excellent. I don't know if you can really see on here, but they have little holes in there. It's a really nicely made valve for $4. Oh, it also has Allen key on the bottom, so you can tighten it in super tight. Really nice touch. All tubeless valves should be like this, but they're not. What else we got? Tires. I have tires. I'm gonna run 2.6s. Yeah, I had these from a sale. These were like 18 bucks each, and I've been forgetting to say the price on all of this stuff, but I'll try to remember. Yeah, these were like 18 or 20 bucks each from, I think it was Performance Bicycle or something. So these are grid, Specialized Purgatory 29 by 2.6 grid T7, I think, is the compound. So T7 is a little more longer wearing than their T5, which is T5 is generally better for front, but I'm just going to run these front and rear T7 29 by 2.6 because I have them, and like I said, just trying to save some money on this build. And these were a super good price when I bought them. There's a little bit of a talisman here. Rest in peace, nuke proof. Like, always loved nuke proof components and stuff, and I bought this from Chain Reaction Cycles a few years ago. Sucks to see them go, and a bunch of companies go, but yeah, I love this. Is a nuke proof Horizon 32 mil length stem, I believe, 31.8 clamp. Yeah, I just think it looks sick. Yeah, it's not silver, which I would prefer for the build, but it's blue. It kind of matches the frame a little bit, and I really want to use it because I always like nuke proof stuff, and it's just been sitting around. So definitely going to use this. I paid 65 bucks for it. Brake pads, I have these Kuma gold metallic brake pads that I got from AliExpress for like super cheap. They're maybe like $8 for a pair of these. I run them on the Surly. I run them on my Kodik too, actually, and I think I run them on all my bikes. I run them on the Nordest as well. For the price, you just can't beat them. I mean, they're pretty legitimate, and I already had them, so I'm gonna use them. That's pretty much it. We got some other random stuff. I have some leftover titanium oil slick bolts from AliExpress. These are legitimate. I use them on my Kodik, and yeah, they're excellent. They look awesome. So I'm probably going to use these for like my brake levers and stuff. Now we'll talk about all the other components that I don't have that are either in the mail or I haven't ordered yet. So let's see here. Shifter, I'm probably going to go with the SRAM GX Eagle. Just waiting for a sale on that. Brakes, I think I'm going to go Shimano Dior 4-pot Dior 6120s. I feel like those are just such a good value brake. I haven't tried those specifically, but I do run the cheaper Shimano brakes on my Nordest. And out of all the brakes I have, they're the easiest to work on. They're just dead simple. They're easy to bleed. They bite solid. They just feel nice and solid when you squeeze them. Like, I don't know, I just feel like Shimano is the best value brakes in town. Like I said, I'm going to run those with the Kuma Gold metallic pads and the Avid rotors. The wheel set I just ordered, I kind of saved a bunch of money on this as well, and based on the reviews from people on MTBR, whom I trust, by the way, love you guys, I ordered some Niner alloy 29-inch trail MTBs. So that wheel set was only $197 shipped from Cambria Bike, which is just insane. 60/61 aluminum rims, 30 millimeter inner diameter. I would have preferred like a 35 mil inner diameter just to get the best tire profile on 2.6 inch, but I think it'll be totally fine. And yeah, HG driver, which, like I said about the cassette, matches the NX cassette. I don't know why they do that, but I'm glad I remembered that. 28 hole boost. They claim 1880 grams, which is pretty on the heavy side. I was gonna go with my Elite wheels that I have on the Kodik. Those are carbon fiber. I paid $307 for that wheel set. Last 11/11 sale, which is insane, but I mean, I love those wheels, and yeah, that was the one I was gonna go with, but the price has gone up since then. I don't know if it's ever gonna come down to that level again. So these are still cheaper anyways, $197. Yeah, they're heavier. Hopefully they last as long. They look pretty good. They're just black. They have a super ugly sticker on it. Like it's a red Niner sticker with their slogan, "Pedal, damn it." I don't know how you feel about that. I personally think it's super corny. I'm definitely going to take that sticker off. But yeah, $197 for that wheel set. It's like the wheel set and the fork. I've just saved so much money on this build that I can afford maybe some other little flourishes here and there. What else we got here? Saddle. I don't have the saddle yet. I have not ordered it. It's going to be, I think it's going to be the same as my Nordest, which is an Ergon SMC Sport Gel Men's in medium and large. Got some wide hips. I got that big old buttocks, so I need a large saddle. And I think this bike I'm going to tend towards more like longer cross-country style rides, maybe gravel rides, where I'm in the saddle more. I feel like the Ergon will be good there. The other saddle I use on my other bikes, my Surly, my Kodik, is a SQ Lab Ergo Wave 611. I love that saddle for mountain biking when you're not in the saddle too much, and when you are, it seems like it's just designed like more as like a saddle for use when you're climbing, I guess. But yeah, I love it for that. Just amazing for mountain biking. But this is, not that this isn't a mountain bike, but I feel like I'm going to do more endurance style riding with this. At least I hope to. Handlebar. I have the handlebar ordered from Bike-In. I went with the Ergotech riser. I was going to do a Tidal chrome handlebar, which looked fucking sick. It would match the build so well, but that 8-degree back sweep, dude, I can't mess with the 8-degree back sweep anymore. It's just not enough. I have at least 10-degree back sweep on all my other bikes. And all my main modern bikes, I have at least 11 degrees. I have the Salsa Rustler 11-degree back sweep on the Kodik. And I'd use that bar again because it's only $40, but it only has like 20 mil rise, and I wanted more rise on this build. So the Ergotech riser is 31.8 clamp, 50 mil rise, 780 length. I usually like wider than that. I usually like more like 800 or even 810 or 820, but 780 is fine. But the thing is, it's 12-degree back sweep, 5-degree up sweep, and that's the spec I really think will set off the comfort on the bike, and I know it does because I've used 8-degree bars and they just feel weird nowadays. I can't do it anymore. So yeah, I was gonna do the Tidal. I changed my mind and went with just this black Ergotech. It's on the heavier side. If they claim it's 381 grams, which is not light. 6061 T6. That was $62 in the mail. But yeah, I think the Geo is right on that bar, which is obviously more important, or should be more important to you than anything. And I think that'll be comfy. Getting to the end here. I think we might have hit everything. The frame comes with a wolf tooth seat post clamp. I assume it's just black. If it's silver, that would be sick, but I think it's just black. Bottle cages I ordered. Some Lezine power cages in silver. Basically just because they look like really nice polished silver. They look pretty classy. I have them on my Nordest on the forks, on both fork legs in blue. And yeah, they hold the bottle tight. They're on the heavier side at 66 grams. Don't care. They look amazing. They look classy. They look classic. They were $24 for 2 of them, which is also part of the reason I thought they were great value, so I ordered them. I have not ordered a chainstay protector. I'll probably just do a classic lizard skins or something. And I'm thinking about getting a saddle bag from a company called Rhino Walk on AliExpress. I have one on my wife's bike. I have some other bags by them. They make amazing bags for the price. That bag's like $12. It's an excellent waterproof roll top saddle bag. 1.5 liters, like $12. So can't beat it. I think I got all the parts gone through. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and we'll start building soon, and I'll get a video of all the build action as well.